Hi class, let's take a look at example 4. Now, in example 4, we have to be a little bit careful because technically take a look at the equal sign and there is expressions on both sides of the equation. So by the distributive property, the 5 has to multiply these two, then the 3 has to multiply these two. So let me distribute and start simplifying both sides of the equation. So as we multiply the 3 times 4n minus 2, we're going to end up with 12n minus 6. This is equal to 5n plus the values of 15. And then what I'm going to do here is put the n's on one side. So I'm going to keep them on the left. So we already have the equation in standard form. So I'm going to be subtracting 5n from both sides and then rewriting the equation. In this case, this is going to give us 7n minus 6 is equal to the values of 15. The next step, we're going to be adding 6 to both sides. And we're going to end up with 7n is equal to the values of 21. And then for our last step, we're going to be dividing by the values of 7. So we're going to end up with, in this case, n is equal to 21 divided by 7, which is equal to 3. So let me just rewrite it here, and this will be our final solution. I'm just going to write it as n is equal to the values of 3. Also, keep in mind that the problem is also asking us to check the solution. So to check the solution, we're just going to evaluate. In this case, we're going to evaluate n is equal to 3 into the original equation. Our original equation is 3 times 4n minus 2. This is equal to 5 times n plus 3. And keep in mind that we try to plug it in into the original equation, not into one of the steps below, because if we created a mistake by accident, then we may end up concluding incorrectly that it is a solution due to the mistake. So in this case, we're going to plug it in 3, and then this is 4 times 3 minus 2. This is equal to 5 times the values of 3 plus the values of 3. I'm just putting a parentheses where we're plugging in the 3's so that it's clear to see. And then here we end up with the values of 3 times the values of 12 minus 2. This is equal to 5 times 3 plus the values of 3, or 3 times 10. This is equal to 5 times 6, or 30 is equal to the values of 30. In this case, remember that we're looking for an equal statement. The equal statement guarantees that there's no errors and that, well, this equation has a single solution, which is n is equal to 3, and that our solution is correct. That's actually it for problem 4. Let's move into problem 5. In problem 5, it's a little bit more messy, but we'll take the same steps. So the 2 is going to multiply both of these values, and don't forget the equal sign. Then we technically have a -1 multiplying these 2. And very carefully on the left, we have 4 minus 2y plus 1 is equal to 10y plus 18 plus a y. And then let me start simplifying both sides of the equation. So on the left, we have the 4 plus 1. And I'm just going to rewrite it as -2y plus 5 is equal to 11y plus 8. So I'm just putting in standard form, meaning the variable, then the constant. And let's actually put the y's on the left-hand side. So in this case, subtract 11y and subtract 11y. So this is going to give us negative 13y plus 5 is equal to the values of 8. Actually, it's not 8, it's 18. There we go. Okay, so let me rewrite it. I did have a mistake. So this will be plus 18 and then equals to 18. And then here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be subtracting the 5s. And this is going to leave us with negative 13y is equal to 13. And then we're going to be dividing by negative 13. So for our final solution, we're going to end up with y is equal to 13 divided by negative 13, or negative 1. And let me just rewrite it as y is equal to the values of negative 1. Once again, just to recap, the main idea is whatever operation you do to one side, you have to do it to the other side as you are rearranging values such as the y's and the constants. But before that, you need to simplify both sides of the equation. So you're looking for the steps that are going to lead you to, in this case, the simplification. So what I have in green here is the simplified of both sides. Okay, let's actually check it. So in this case, we're going to evaluate y is equal to negative 1 into the original equation. So this is going to be 4 minus 2y minus 1, which is equal to 5. Whoops, it's 2 times 5y plus 9 plus y. So careful with the evaluation because it has to go into multiple places. So on the left hand side, we're going to have a 4 minus a 2 times negative 1 minus 1. This is equal to 2 times 5 times negative 1 plus 9 plus a negative 1. So on the left, we have 4 minus a negative 2 minus 1. And on the left, this is 4 minus a negative 3, or 4 plus 3, or 7. And then on the right-hand side, we have a 2 times a negative 5 plus 9, and technically minus 1. I'm just rewriting the plus negative to a negative 1 there. And we end up with a 2 times a 4 minus 1, or 8 minus 1, or 7. And this one was a little bit long and a little bit messy in the evaluation, but you can see that it checks out. We end up with 7 is equal to 7, a true statement, which guarantees that that's our final solution. So let's move on to problem 6. Okay, good news. Problem 6, it's only going to take a couple of steps. And in this case, I'm just going to be adding the 4s. So we're looking at 2b is equal to 16. And then we're going to be dividing by 2. So b is equal to 8. And then to evaluate, as we do the checking, so b is equal to 8. So this will be 2b minus 4 is equal to 12. In this case, the b goes in this position. So we're looking at the evaluation of 2 times 8 minus 4 is equal to 12, or 16 minus 4 is equal to 12, or 12 is equal to 12. It checks out, so we're good on this one too. True statement guarantees that b is equal to 8 happens to be our solution. Okay, let me stop here for a moment. I'll put the other problems in a different video.